All right, everyone. Damn it, I just started talking and you already laughing. What the fuck is so funny?
Sorry.
Is that Chantel laughing? Look at her. She acts so shy the whole time. And then right when I was like, I'm ready to say, well, welcome to, she's like, fucking Brits,
It's going to be a good show, isn't it?
Oh, my God. All right, everybody. Let me tell you what's happening here. As you all know, by this point, I went over to London, and one of our Spill members, Nick Hodges, was so nice as to go out and make a Spill European party, which we called Spill Party 2 European Boogaloo. I didn't make that shit up. Renegade did. So
No,
Nick,
I didn't. I did, man.
Oh, you made that up?
Oh, yeah, man, of course.
No wonder that shit sounds so dumb then. Anyway, so we, now you think I'm being mean, but Nick gives me a lot of shit, and you're going to hear that throughout the show. But so when I went over there, Nick threw the party. I met a lot of Spill members there. I think throughout the night, we had some people filtering in. So we had close to about 20 people, maybe 20 people come in like after the night was over with. And so they were all saying, you know something? If you really want to repay us back, Corey, if you really want to show us how good Americans can be, instead of being the assholes we think you are, why don't you let us record a show with you? You have a couple of cold ones. You have Let's Do This with you and co-host, and you even let them, those comic book nerds have the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, whatever. So why can't you do a show with the Brits? And I was like, you know what? That really makes sense. So therefore, we are making a recording recounting our experiences while I was in London. And Nick, you had a name for this. What was it going to be called?
Let's have it.
I was going to wait for all of us to do that together, but that sounds so funny. Let's have it. Sound like a leprechaun. You sound like a leprechaun. Like I just stole your gold, and you're like, let's have it. So
one country away, mate, but close enough.
All right, you sound like Hex. You sound like a hobbit. But anyway, so now
bollocks to you, mate.
Oh, shut up. There's going to be a lot of British colloquialisms going on. So I'm just not picking it up. So they're going to say some things you might not understand. So if don't be afraid if I stop you guys and say, what the fuck did you just say? So I'll tell you what. Now let me tell you who we have on here. I just mentioned Nick Hodges, who is you hear right there, the smart ass. We have Stuart, who is known on the site as Edit Monster. And then
hello.
Was I supposed to say your name? Is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine, man. People know my name. I say it all the time when I do the blog talk, so it's absolutely fine.
Okay, and then we have Captain Chance. Now, Captain, can I?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's correct.
The lovely Captain Chance. Can I say your real name?
Yes, you can.
We have Chantel, and I like Chantel. But when I say Captain Chance, this makes me think I'm talking to a dude with a high voice. So, and now since these people are overseas, it's kind of staticky because we're all on the phone. Obviously, we're doing this through Skype. So, Captain Chance, Chantel, yours is the weirdest one. So every now and then, Captain Chance might come in and try to say something, and she's going to say, "Hey, why
You might also get police cars zooming by in the
You
background.
live in a ghetto?
No, I don't.
Then why are there so many police cars going by?
I live because I live, you know what, it's long.
Because
It's
Right.
England, that's why.
Because you murdered somebody? What did you do?
I'm on the run.
Are we going to hear it anytime in the middle of the show? Chance, open this fucking door, Chance. Well, guys, I have to go. Good evening.
It's been nice knowing you.
Yeah. So, all right then. Now, I've introduced everybody, and I think we'll already get this show started. Nick, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Stuart, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, look at it. I'm ready. Yeah. Chantel, are you ready?
I am so ready.
Well, if you guys are ready and I'm ready, then let's have it. That's the most confusing let's have it I've ever heard.
Let's have it.
It was like a car wreck. Everybody just ran into each other. All right. So I just told you, I really thank you guys for throwing that party, and I had the best time. I went over there to see my cousin, and what like I said, what started as me just going to see him turned into this whole big spill party, and it was a great experience. And I hope that you guys had a good time too. Did you?
Yeah, no, it's good. It was a good old time had by all, and it's good to see so many people like came out. And I met a few people, and some people commented about. I apologized a lot of times about emailing them about 50 times about the Blog Talk radio shows, and then just had a go at Captain because of her goddamn Mac mic. But that's just me. That was just me.
It's not the mic, it's the freaking site.
Whatever.
Hey, Captain, can I tell you something? I don't know why I keep calling you Captain. I'm just going to call you Chantel, but for some reason I'm going to call you Captain. I don't know why. But anyway, I must say that, look, I'm a bumpkin, all right? Not only am I from American, not only am I from America, but I am from Texas. And not only am I from Texas, I am from a small town in Texas called Waco. So whenever I hear a British accent, I'm already like, wow. But British women with that accent, you sound so fucking hot with that thing.
Well, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Most of the time, women get weirded out by that when I say that. But really, I mean that is the most sincere thing. So if you don't mind, I'm going to be doing this whole podcast with my hand in my pants, if that's okay with you. So you might be hearing some rubbing going on. Now, Captain, you were one of the few girls there. I think we had like 4 girls there. You and your friend were there, and you were shy, right?
I know.
Yeah, you were so shy, and I was very happy today when you found me on Skype. Yes, people, she found me. I don't want you to think I'm stalking her. Okay, I was gonna do it, but she beat me to it. I was thinking that, wow, this girl hates me, because we have pictures that I'm gonna put up on the site of the party. I'm working on that, Nick. By the way, I'm gonna put them up tonight, and
fantastic.
There are 2 pictures of Chantel sitting next to me, and the whole time she's looking like, fuck this. I really hate this guy. Did you have a good time?
I did. I mean, it was cool, like, meeting you and meeting the other Spill members as well. And I don't hate you, Corey.
Okay, well, we got another about 40 minutes to go. Give it some time. So, but I'm just glad that you had a good time, because your friend who was with you, she looked like the evil one. Chantel brought a friend with her, and I kept trying to ask her, what's her name? Chans?
No, it's Shaz.
Shaz. Okay, she's got a name like a soda pop. Like Shaz. I couldn't remember that shit, but I kept asking her name, and she was fucking with me. I'm like, what's your name? Shaz. And by the way, that British accent was throwing me. I was like, what is it? Shaz. What is it? Shaz. And she's like, damn, this black ass American motherfucker right here can't understand what I'm saying. Now she didn't have a good time, did she?
No, she had a really good time.
Because there was a point where I put my hand on her and I said, thank you for coming. And she's like, get your hands off me. You remember that?
Really?
No, I think she wanted more of you, actually.
Oh, well, shit, I wish she had told me. I would have taken her around to the back somewhere, showing her some good Southern hospitality. But, all right, so give me a number. I'm going to fly back up there next month. So, actually, hey, anything with a British accent, shit. After about 5 beers, I wanted to do Nick before with that British accent. Speaking of Nick,
fuck off,
Nick. There we go. There's Nick. There's a Nick that I know.
Yes,
bollocks to you, mate. And all that kind of shit. So, Nick, how was it organizing this party, man? Because I got to say, to organize it in 2 bars. Why don't you tell the people the itinerary that we had and what it took to organize this?
Like why I decided to do in 2 bars instead of 1?
Well, yeah. Because I thought it would have been easier to do it in 1 bar, but you had your reasons. Yeah, sure.
Well, okay. Well, I thought the World's End pub would be a good place because it's in Camden Town. Obviously, I've said that a million times already. But but the reason I thought was because it's such a big place. I thought it'd be a good place to meet up because it's quite famous and when everyone got there, nobody was going to be questioning any underage people, whereas a bar would be a lot more difficult. So decided to do it there first, and then later on, when I was finding the bar, that was fucking difficult. I've got to say, excuse my language.
Oh, the second bar.
The second bar, yeah. Do you remember Peachy King? Place?
Yeah. No, that's where we originally were going to go. This place called Peachy King. It looked like a really nice lounge. It was all fluorescent colors and everything, and I was looking forward to going there.
So was I, but those wankers. Basically, I'm just going to explain what happened. Okay, at Peachy King, I reserved a place saying, "Hey, can I hold people.
So there we go. There's that lag. You don't have to say it over again. It like just pop for a second. People, sorry, like I said, this is overseas. It's not perfect. So you say you reserved this over at Peachy Keen, and then there are a bunch of wankers. And what happened?
Okay, basically, the staff said, "Yeah, you can reserve a place for 30 people, easy." So I was like, "Okay, thank you." And then they phoned me up and they said something weird. I can't remember what it was, but it gave me a bad feeling. So I went there personally to kind of check things out because I'd been there once before and I saw the really nice area. And I said, okay, just to explain it to me, where exactly are we having this thing? And they said, in the upstairs bit. It's like, yeah, I've never seen the upstairs bit. Where is it? And it's like, you're in it. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, it's just the main entrance. I mean, people, seriously, it was like 2 tables with 6 chairs and it was about the size of a bedroom.
It's like there's coats hanging next to you. There's you're like sitting on the toilet while you're talking to somebody.
Exactly. It's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I'm going to have this party in here. And they said, well, it can hold 30 people. And I said, no way. I'm going to find another place. So I was panicking by that point because it was on a Thursday. And I had like a few days before the party actually started. So I was going absolutely apeshit trying to find a bar, at the last minute. And after hours and hours of phoning every bar I could find, I finally found one where there was this cool Rasta do it. Like, yeah, sure, man, no problem. You can take your boys here anytime.
Oh, was that the dude walking around with the dreadlocks that night? The guy,
right, man, yeah.
Oh, that guy was cool, man. He spoke to me for a little while. I didn't know who the hell he was. I'm like, why are you talking to me, man? Shit. I thought he was trying to sell me some ganja or some shit.
Yeah, man. He saved my ass. I've got to hand it to that bloke because I don't know what the fuck would have happened, if it wasn't for him. But I found a really nice bar, a bit smaller than the other one, but was actually perfect for the party that we had because basically half of the bar belonged to us. If you remember.
Oh no, you had that back area back there, and they had a big screen where they were showing Battle of the Planets, G-Force. Huh? Yeah, it was cool, man. It was like we had that whole area to ourselves, and we used it. Shit, I took a shit in the corner somewhere. They probably haven't even found it yet. but I said, I'm gonna use this shit if it's up to us. But I tell you, man, Nick, here's the thing that got me. Now, Nick started this at 3 o'clock. And
PM, by the way.
3 o'clock p.m., yes, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And wanted to go all night. And from what I understand, a lot of people did. Now, we were going to start at the first bar at 3 o'clock, and then we're going to stay there till 6. And that means we're drinking there for 3 hours already. And then that leaves another. At 6 o'clock, that leaves a whole other possibly 6-7 hours of drinking. And I was just like, it sounded kind of cool at first being able to go that long. And then I remember, I've already told this story on the couple of cold ones, but I remember sitting there and I was thinking, fuck, man, I am so tired. Thank God it's about 1:30 and everything's about to wrap up. And this guy looked at me. He's like, I think it was Rick. And he said, you remember Rick? The guy with the black hair.
It's awesome, man.
Rick's one of the friendliest guys. Rick would talk your ass off, though. And so me and Rick were sitting up there talking. And I don't know what the hell we talking about, but all I remember is like, wait, get up, man. Get up. You're falling asleep. And I'm like, well, fuck, man. It's almost 2 o'clock. And he's like, no. And I remember the way he said it. It was so ominous. He's like, no, man. It's 9:30. I was like, oh my God. And at that time, somebody else had brought over a tequila shot for me too. And I drank that shit. And I was like, okay, I got to go make sure that I go get my hotel. Because Nick was supposed to let me stay with him. And Nick came back because Nick said you were going to take it.
You said you were going to take a shit behind my sofa. I'm not having that, man.
There's a theme here, apparently. Like, I can't go any place without leaving a shit somewhere. So I'm like, Nick, because Nick was cool. Like, yeah, man, I got some beds in my place. We can go back there. We can stay. And, if you want to invite some people over, like maybe a couple or 3 people, we can do that. It's going to be awesome, man. And he came back the next day. He's like, my dad said I can't do it. It's like, oh shit. So I had to go. I had to go.
He didn't want some random black geezer staying over that he'd never met before. He was just like, well, where's he from? And he's like, he's from Texas. It's like, oh, Texas. I'm not so sure about that. How old is he? And I was like, he's I don't know. And he's like, well, no fucking way then.
Jesus Christ.
I had to beg him to let my friend Tyler come over, and he says, well, where is he from? And I say, oh, he's a Cockney geezer. He's like, I don't know about letting no Cockneys in my house.
Oh no!
Now, Chantel Stewart, how does it sound to you? He makes his dad sound like, I'm not letting no black motherfuckers in this house. I mean, was that what it was? Did your dad like say? Is he black?
No, man. He's like that with everyone. I mean, just like, for God's sake, you remember my mate Tyler?
Yeah. I remember Tyler's one of those real Cockney guys. Tyler's like, when you see those fuckers on a Clockwork Orange going around hitting people with canes and wearing their overalls out in the middle of the streets and shit. That's Tyler, man.
You know what's scary? He's actually done that for the stories he's been telling me.
Tyler's been going around beating people and shit. Oh, yeah. You told me a story about how some guy did something to him, like just some guy shoved him or something like that.
I think that he spit on his girlfriend. I think, yeah, that was it. He spit on his girlfriend, and then he. Just hey, listen.
Wait a minute. Say that again. You went out again. Hold on. Let me start. You went out again. This guy spit on his girlfriend, so he went out and did what?
Then Tyler called me up and said, "Hey, listen, I'm not having it. I've called up a few mates of mine, and when he says a few mates of his, he's talking about like I know every fucking person in his neighborhood." And he said, "And we're going around there to do him. You in?" I was like, "No."
Damn, he brought like a football team out with him. See, the moment I looked at that guy, he looked scary to me. I mean, I don't know why. He's not a real big guy. He's real short. And that night he was dressed up like Cyndi Lauper or some shit. He's dressed up in some 80s shit. Did you guys remember that? He
dresses like that. He actually dresses like that all the time. He's always got a trilby hat on or a flat cap. He's a proper Cockney geezer. But guys, he looks like a typical character from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels or Snatch. I mean, he's exactly that.
Yeah, he did. And for some reason, the moment I looked at him, I was like, this fucker's crazy, man. And by the time, and the thing is, he was the one that was like, I was scared of the most. This is why I ran the hell out of there because I left that night. I went to go find a hotel and I just kind of disappeared. And I was planning on coming back, but I just fell out. And I get a call from Nick talking about, hey, what are you fucking rude, man? You're just going to leave and not tell anybody you're gone with me while I'm looking for you? And I was like, man, I had to leave a little bit. I just fell asleep. I'm sorry. But the real reason why I got the hell out of there is because I was sitting there. And it was after I'd taken like that second tequila shot after I was exhausted. I mean, I had like about 3 of them earlier. And so he comes up to me. I'm about to pass out. And he says, hey, we're going clubbing. And I'm like,
that's Tyler.
No, you going clubbing. I'm about to get the fuck away from you. You look dangerous as hell right now. So, yeah, but he was fun, man.
He's brilliant, but the thing about him is that he's always he's the complete opposite of me. Usually I'm the kind of responsible guy, and he goes completely crazy. So we kind of balance each other out. He's like one of my best mates, and he dragged that party till fucking 3 a.m. And what's even more, I told you the story, Corey, but I'll just say it again. We got back to my house around about 4 o'clock, and I'm about ready to go to bed, and then he says, "Hey Nick, what's that on your table?" I was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, oh, that DVD? He's like, yeah, what is it? The Dark Knight. No way, man. He's like, I haven't seen it. Put it on. It's like, no, man. He puts the whole fucking Dark Knight on.
That's a fucking that's almost a 3-hour movie. And he wants to watch The Dark Knight at like 4 a.m. after you're fucking drunk. See, that's what I'm talking about. Crazy. That's why I didn't stay around his ass. I would not have survived the night trying to hang out with him, trying to watch the goddamn Dark Knight. But, but you watched it, didn't you?
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah. And he doesn't really like movies that much. I mean, he's not a fan of the site. So when I told him, it's like, hey, listen, mate, I'm having this party up in London. I don't know if...
Uh-oh. Went out again.
I haven't even told you what it is. He's like, I don't give a shit. I'm in.
Oh, no,
Party London.
Party. Yeah, sure, I'm there. It's like you should do that one day. Hey man, you want to come to this party? No, I'm there, man. I'm there. And then you get there, and it's a bunch of naked dudes circle jerking each other. You be like, and he's like, you didn't tell me it was there. No, I tried. I said, do you want to come to the party while the naked guys are circle jerking each other? But you just ran out after party. Oh well, I'm here now. Let's go ahead. Let me switch gears here and go to somebody we haven't heard too much from. Stuart, my man, what's going on?
Hello, sir. I'm fine, man. I'm good.
Stuart is like that. You're tired? I'm sorry, man.
I've been working nights, man. So I'm all right at the moment, but I've been working nights this week, like I told you before we started recording. So my body clock is completely fecked for this week. But no, I'm cool, man. I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. Now, see, you. I guess you work at night and you're sitting at this desk all night long and you got nothing else to do. Because Stuart, the moment I got back, I think Stuart has sent me about. Let's see, I'm counting right now. Let me see. He's about 65 emails right here. What he's when Stuart like, hey man, I'm ready to do this, man. I'm ready to do this, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna record. And then, like, when I didn't do it that day, that morning I got up. He's like, man, what happened? We didn't record, but I'm ready to record tonight. We're gonna record. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna record. And I'm like, I mean, he must have sent me like a bunch of emails, and finally he just beat me to submission. God damn, Stuart. Okay, we're gonna fucking record, man. You quit asking me when we're fucking recording. But I'm glad that you want to do this. I mean, you are one of those, like, okay, I'm gonna describe Stuart to you. Now, everybody knows Sherlock Holmes, right?
No.
This is coming from the American point of view. Stuart is like, Sherlock Holmes has his sidekick Watson. He's always elementary Watson. Stuart is Watson. He's just, kind of a cool guy. Just sit back in the background. He's real nice to people, real friendly. The only thing that's missing on him is like a big bushy, like curled at the tip mustache. I mean, listen to him. Say something, Stuart.
I'm trying to think of the Watson analogy.
Can't you see that? Can't you see him like just being some kind of just real kind of barrel-chested guy, just real affable and friendly? Now, and the other thing is, Stuart. Now, do me a favor.
Yeah, man.
Say. Now, this is from my cliched stereotype American perception. But come up to just say these words for me. Yeah. Could I have a spot of tea and a biscuit, please?
Could I have a spot of tea and a biscuit, please?
Now, can't you see him saying that with a pipe in his mouth and a monocle and a little hat on?
Well, you're
what's wrong?
British accent, like Bill Hicks, like, here comes the hooligans.
Here comes the hooligans.
You were shouting that down the street when we were heading to the second bar. Man, all the people were freaked out looking at us.
I was
That's when we got lost.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. If you guys are slow, that's your problem. I was really excited. So.
Yeah, you're like Nick is like a ferret in a hat. I mean, he was like running down the street like, what? Now, Nick is supposed to be heading this whole thing up. It's a fucking gaggle of British people and one tall black dude, because I'm the tallest one out of all of them, and I'm the one that's making the most noise. Hooligans, and people looking at it like, what the fuck kind of group is this? I ain't never seen anything like this before. But and Nick is like, the bar's over here, and he's just gone. And everybody's like, the moment he was gone, it was a big group of people kind of out in the middle of the street. Like, once Nick was gone, we didn't even know where to walk anymore. We just stopped in the middle of the traffic. Where the fuck are we supposed to go now? And we just kind of, I don't know, we just kind of walked around till we found Nick again. And Nick was like, and when we found Nick was like almost on all fours, scrambling around, trying to find his bar. Why'd you leave us, man?
I don't know, man. I was really excited. I just ran up, and when I got there, it was just me and Tyler. I was just like, oh, this ain't right. Where the fuck is everyone? And he just said, fuck it, man. They'll join us sooner or later. Let's just start drinking. I was like, no, that's not cool.
God damn. I wish I had a tranquilizer gun. I would have shot you in the ass before you got too far. But no, Stuart, man, it was fun talking to you, man. You, like I said, you're just a real laid back guy. And I was surprised that you hung out as late as you did.
Well, yeah.
See? Nick, see what I'm talking about? You see how laid back he is? He can't even finish a sentence. Well,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't ever get on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. What's the answer? A, B, D? Yeah. So Chantel. Now Chantel was the. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. And I don't want, and also I want you to, because you look like a sweet girl. You're a very sweet girl. I don't want to ruin that. So I don't want this to go to your head when I say this, but you've got the nicest ass. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you. No, I'm kidding with you. But you were, and don't tell your friend I said this. All right, but you were the prettiest girl there.
There was only like three other girls there anyway.
That's enough. I mean, goddamn! What do you want the Miss Britain pageant or something? I mean, it's not the Miss Universe pageant. I'm just saying, out of those 3 or 4 girls, you were like you were the prettiest one there. I mean, god damn, you can't take a compliment, can you? You just can't.
Yeah, no guys were chatting her up. Do you remember when I said that to you? I was just like, this is kind of gay. I mean, everyone's sucking up to Corey, and so I guess I'll just move. I'll just move myself over then.
Well, I tried to go over there and talk to her, but I didn't want to come off creepy. When you said nobody's chatting her up, I went over there thinking, all right, look, I don't want to hit on her or anything, but I do want to make it seem like they're here and they're wanted. People are paying attention, so I went over and talked to them, and then that's when the whole thing started. Shaz, don't put your hands on me. And I was like, okay, these girls do not want to talk to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my ass back. There. But it was nice talking to you though, Chantel. I mean, it was. The thing about Chantel is you got to go, and Captain Chance is her name. And Chance, it's not like chance, like in Take a Chance. It's Captain Chance, like CHANT, like you're chanting. And what has it end? Does it end with an S or a Z?
An S.
Okay, Captain Chance. And I went to her profile because she's a chick, and I looked at her, and I looked at all her drawings. You are an amazing artist, I have to say.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I've already told you this. I mean, I don't want to repeat anything we talked about today because she stalked me out and found me on Skype, and I was like, oh, she doesn't hate me. That's great. But we talked about all her artwork. I mean, go look at her artwork. She is amazing. And we just talked about, because you're pretty young and you're trying to get started as a freelance artist.
Yep.
And I've been there. I did freelance for about 5 years, and I just got lucky. So I was telling her, I was like, you know what? In celebration of you not hating me, I will. Let's just talk. Let's just talk art. And we talked today. We bonded pretty well. We talked about what it takes to kind of get started as a freelance artist.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, and I told her, if I knew of any way I could help her out, I'll be more than happy to. Because a lot of people don't realize getting into freelance is hard, and getting into any kind of artwork is hard as a business. And being freelance is even harder because you have to do everything self-motivated. So I said, hey, I've done that. I know what books to look into. I know what publications to kind of look at. There's no guarantees, but I said, hey, I will try to throw some of that stuff your way. In return, all I'm asking for is
a booty call.
No. You know what? I'll gladly take a small peck on the cheek.
Okay. Next time you come over here, then.
All right. Because now you know what it's going to be like. I'm going to say, "No, kiss me right here," and then when she comes in, I'm going to turn my face and hey, baby, draw this.
Yeah. Hey, Corey, you and I were actually talking about the idea of you maybe coming back, like for the movie thing, in the cinema.
That's right. I want to come to London on a regular basis because I want to see my cousin, and I feel like I made some friends there, and I can get around pretty well now. Actually, I remember when you said had I ever been to Camden Town, I was like, I don't think so. I actually had been there before, and I recognized a few places around there. So basically, what I'm saying is, I feel like I have friends in London. I feel at home there now. So I want to come back, and I'm thinking about coming back in March. I want to come back like 2 or 3 times a year, basically, and I want to come back in March. And I want to show the movie that people have been asking me to show. Now, this is because the people in the crew are going to say, "Yeah, Corey, look, you're just using this to promote yourself." And I'm just like, "No, people have been asking you guys. You asked Nick for me to do this, right?"
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, why don't you tell people? Yeah, tell the people because here I'm going to let you talk and tell what happened. But the next night, I want to take Nick out to just have some drinks, and him and I talk because I really felt glad about what he had done, and I felt honored and flattered. So we went to a small pub that he knows about, and we started talking about movies. And then you brought up the possibility of having a screening of a movie that I had done. So I'll let you take it from here.
All right, people. Well, basically what I thought is that, people have been asking about 2am, and I really want to watch it, not just because, it's Corey from Spill, woohoo, because I'm trying to be a director. I'm a freelance runner at the moment, and it's just the fact that he made a film on his own and he made it out of his own budget. I quite like to see it. So I said, hey, instead of doing another Spill party, which was awesome, but never do an amazing thing twice because it's a bit boring. I said, what about, I know this cinema because I've got a friend in the short film festival industry, and they know some people who own this cinema that I can get hold of easily. there's this little cinema in central London where we have where we could watch Corey's movie. And I was also thinking that before Corey's movie, maybe we can watch some short films that other people have done. And, then
you know what? That's a great idea, Nick. Actually, we should probably make sort of a London Spill movie festival.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, get people shorts together. It shouldn't be just my movie. It should be a bunch of people. You made some shorts. There's a lot of people on the site who have made shorts, and we don't just have to show shorts who are made from British people. Now, if you can come over to Britain and see it, that's great. But if not, give us your short, and we'll just show it, and then we'll just have an excuse to just get together and watch some creativity going on and drink and do whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, to be honest with you, I just came up with that after you left, and I was like, oh, fuck, I should have told Corey about that. But anyway, okay. So, short movies first, then we'll have Corey's big-ass movie, 2 a.m. and also in the cinema, there's a bar attached to it as well. So after the movie, we all go out to the main lounge area, which is really, really nice. I've been there a couple of times, and it's gorgeous. It's very, very, very cool, very artistic, and we can drink the night away and talk about the movies and get heavily drunk again, because that's what you do when you're in Britain. You drink.
Oh man, you know what? That's a great idea, man. Because we could start this festival and do it in different cities, but this will be the launching pad. I mean, I don't know if there's something. It could be a one shot, or we could do it again. But this would be a great experiment. And wow, that's a great idea, Nick. I'm loving this, man. I'm thinking about this right now. Damn, that sounds like a McDonald's slogan. I'm loving this. I'm inspired by this idea. Wow, go ahead.
The thing is about the spill parties that it was such a hassle putting the whole thing together, because I had emails every day from people saying, "When is it going to be? When's it going to be? I'm 13 years old. Am I able? Can I come?" And I was like, "I don't think it's going to work," you know. And so after the party, I was like, "I'm never doing this shit again. I'm not organizing. Fuck you all. You know, I'm not doing." And then I was talking to you, and I said, "You know what? I had such a great time. I will try to, organize the next thing again, because I had such a great time." And,
with this, when you did this kind of, you took it and you ran with it, and this was your thing. I was just kind of like, yeah, if you want to throw it, fine. But with something like this, I mean, this will be something that'll have it'll be bigger with the Spill name on. I don't know if it's be bigger with people, but what I'm saying is it'll be more ingrained in the site itself as being an official Spill event, and therefore I would be willing to help you out, and I'm sure I don't want to say anything, but I'm sure the company would be willing to help out a little bit too, especially if it's something like a film festival. So Nick, we should sit down and try to think about what criteria we want for it. I mean, because we're not going to be snobbish about it, but do we just the length of films, how much time we have at the theater to do it?
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
so 10 minutes each short film, and what you and I were talking about is that if I find the place and I give you guys the numbers of the people, the contact numbers, and where it is, and everything. I'll find everything, and then you guys take it from there.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I don't think that'll be too hard for us to do. I mean, we have some people over in London who could help out too. So, yeah, I think we'll talk about that. Just people don't get too excited yet, because this is still in the planning stages. Don't know if it'll happen, but definitely give us some feedback and let us know what you think. Stuart, what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, but no, it's a good idea, man. I've got a couple of short films of my own. They're like what I've done at uni, but I did them all myself, and it'd be good for more people to see them than if I could find them. They are about 6 years old on mini DV. I don't know if it still work, but it'd be, I've got a couple of bits of my own, and I know a couple of people I probably could get little short films they've made from them as well. So. Yeah. I know people to get stuff off, so it's not. I always know editors who know people. You know what I mean? It's always like that. But,
and it could be just one big event, like I said, creativity. Because I'm thinking about Chantel, I'm thinking about you and the stuff that you do, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe if you have a short film or some animation you want to show, that's great. But if not, we could hang your artwork out in the lobby.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
Yeah, people have artwork.
Yeah, man.
It'll just be one Spill film art festival. I mean, yeah, we should sit down and talk about this. We'll plan this out. I don't want to take up everybody's time here doing this, but we've definitely got some spark. Who fell? Somebody fell down. Who's drunk?
No. That's my. I think I found. I just think I found.
I thought you fell backwards in your chair, man. I was like,
No, man.
that's a great idea. Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Thought Chantel fell asleep over there. Like she's like, yeah, that'll be great. So yeah, hey guys, Nick and I could do this, but we definitely want if you two have some input, since you were here for the initial spark of it, let's see if we can get a little committee thing going on and maybe get this thing started.
Yeah, man. No,
absolutely,
that's cool. Yeah, man. I know people, and I could see what I could get from them, and I know people in like who were like members of BAFTA, so I even see if I could get like some short films from them if they know people. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I can see what I can do there.
It should be just something for the Spill. Just Spill members.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying. I'm saying that as well. But if I could get some stuff that people
wait a minute, hold on,
would never use, because
say that again. You went out again.
Know what I mean?
Start over, man. This fucking Skype thing sometimes it just laps. Please start over. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Sorry, man. No, I'm saying like it should be for mostly people from members of Spill have got films as well. But if I could get like stuff people rarely see, because they're like short films, people rarely see them. You know what I mean? They just want to get them out there as well. So if they're not a member of the site, I could get. I could even get some cool stuff if I talk to the right people as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll see how.
We'll talk about it. Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm saying short films are hard to show, man, because I know so many people, and even stuff that's nominated for awards, not many people see them. You're talking about not a handful, but not many people see a lot of short films unless they get on a DVD compilation when they give out in film events.
Well, here's what I want to do. I hate the whole deal of being snobbish and excluding people. Yeah. But we can't have any bullshit either. You know what I mean?
No.
No, I'm not talking about you doing that. I'm saying you just made me think just now, should we preview what we see and then say
absolutely?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then judge what goes in and what doesn't, because like I said, I don't want to be exclusive, but like I said, we have a certain standard that we probably have to adhere to also. So.
Oh yeah, no, exactly,
no
man.
Porn,
yeah,
basically no porn.
Oh well, shit. That
two girls, one.
Two girls, one cup. No,
Right.
Not the sequel. We can't have that.
Oh, I've heard about. Oh God.
Man, I have this great video of me in a tube sock, and I consider it art, not porn, but you should watch it. That's all I'm saying. But I tell you what, okay, I don't want to bore people with the details, but you can see people excited. We're brainstorming. We're always trying to think of new things to do for you guys out there. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and just end that discussion right there, because we're gonna revisit it later.
Yeah.
But I really thank you guys for inspiring all of us to do this. So let's go ahead and move on. To get what do you want? Anybody have any stories they want to tell before we move on? Anything exciting? Anything I didn't cover?
I don't think so, man. No, man. I don't think we're all.
Oh well, actually, no. We could talk about something if you guys want to. What about Splash? If you want to mention that, or do you want to just carry on to?
Splash?
Does Corey know about this?
What the fuck
no,
is Splash?
does not know about this.
What the? Yeah, I don't know about this. What the hell are y'all talking about?
Well, no, I'm just saying. What, Chantel, Stuart, do you want to talk about it, or do you just on the low for now?
Put it on. We'll talk about it another time. Because when it's
done.
Yeah.
Well, basically, we're planning something that's going to happen on the site, and if all goes well, it should be really, really cool.
Okay, you got to tell me what the hell you're talking about. It sounds like some Al Qaeda shit going on back here. Splash, what the hell is that? What is that? What is that code for? Y'all about what are you gonna do?
No, man. But it should be really, really cool. Something unique to the site that no one else has been attempting to do until now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It is.
We'll tell you after the conversation.
Okay. All right. Let me just ask a real quick question right here. Then, is it something that's gonna piss me off?
No, you're gonna love it.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna have a look like the expression of what the fuck. I'm not gonna have that, right?
No, man. Okay. It's cool.
All right. Excellent then. All right then. I do want to say, and one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this recording, because we were supposed to do it in London, but I fried my equipment. I had a lot of people under the misunderstanding that I didn't have a good time at the party, or my London trip was just a bust and I had a bad time. No, I had a bad 48 hours when I got there because everything that could go wrong was going wrong. And it didn't. And the trip didn't become good for me until Saturday when the party came, and everything turned around from that point on. And I had a great time, thanks to you, Nick, and thanks to you guys, Stuart and Chantel. I mean, you showed me a lot of hospitality. So I don't want people to think that I did not have a good time in London. I had a great time, and even the next day, I hung out with Absinthe Blonde, who's from the site, and we went shopping all around. I mean, we went all over London that next day, just looking for shit. And I found like some really cool clothes and found some stuff that will help my problems for next time I go to London. So it was great. I had a great time.
Wasn't grimy, was it?
Oh, I did keep saying that night, didn't I? Yeah, somebody told me about grime. Like, what's his name was telling me about the music called grime there. And,
yeah.
And shit, I was fucked up that night and drunk, and I kept going up to people. Shit, now that's grimy, and people like, yeah, okay, okay, why don't you get your grimy ass away from me with that shit? You know, I remember even Chantel, who was really cool and nice that night, she's like, you're saying that a lot. No,
dude, stop it.
Yeah. She's like, you're really creeping me out. You weren't before, but I do kind of hate you right now. Oh. And then when she turned her back, I was like, grimy. She's like, what? Nothing. I said, Jaime. There's a Jewish guy over there. Jaime, what's up? So anyway, I would, man. I'm going to tell the story on Let's Do This, but I will say that you guys, I had a great time with you guys because with my cousin, I got into some major arguments when I was there. So it's those times that I was feeling all down and everything, you guys actually made it really cool for me. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I appreciate that.
That's a help, mate.
Let's go on.
No, now fuck off, all of you. Hold on.
Bloody Yanks.
I know. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm looking for some. Do you guys want to move on to email right now?
Yeah, man. If you
absolutely.
Yeah, let's go, man.
All right, let's go ahead and get us some email then. We'll answer some email on this show because I have a lot of email to catch up with. People, if you're listening to this and you're thinking that fucking asshole Corey has not emailed me back or talked to me, the moment I touched ground, I ran home and I immediately started working, recording, doing all kind of stuff. So I have not had time to talk to anybody, and then I hibernated Friday night all through like Saturday night. So I've been busy, and I will get to everybody when I get a chance. Starting right now with email. So let's go ahead and get into our first email. Now, the way this is going to work out, I'll read the email. I'll give my response to it, and then I'll go around the circle and see if you guys have anything you want to say. Is that cool with you?
That's cool, man.
Just make sure it's not Dark Knight or Star Wars.
I tell you what, even more than Dark Knight, I'm tired of Star Wars, man, because it's the same answer every time. It's the same people asking the same question.
Fuck you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the answer. It pretty much ends with both people saying, fuck you. Well, fuck you then. Okay, so what do we solve here? Nothing.
I like Phantom Menace. It was good.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of thing. Well, and people, they ask the same thing. Let me ask you something. What's your problem with the prequels? I'm like, oh, God damn, what? I mean, can you get more specific than that? I mean, I have. Several times. All right, so I got the first email here.
For crying out loud. I wrote a dissertation about it. I sent it to George.
Well, yeah.
Get on with it, man. Get some email.
Exactly. What exactly is your problem with midichlorians? Well, for one thing, I can't spell that shit for one thing, so I don't. I can spell the Force, but midichlorians, I can't. Oh, get the fuck away from me with that shit. All right, so our first email comes from Handy Andy. And I know. Chantel, all of us are like, oh, that don't sound right. But Chantel's like she's like, ooh, Handy Andy.
That was actually me taking the piss.
Oh, okay. All right, so it says, hey guys. And I guess he's speaking all the British guys here. With all of the little Easter eggs and whatnot in Cloverfield, do you think that a sequel will be made? And if you were put in charge of it, what would you make the film like? I keep hearing that they are going to make a Cloverfield 2. Do any of you guys know about that? First of all, have you all seen Cloverfield?
Yeah. I saw Cloverfield. Yeah, man.
Chantel, have you seen Cloverfield?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. You guys like the movie?
Yep.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it. It's one of my films of the year.
Yeah, mine.
I like
Actually,
a good
mine
monster
too.
movie.
I love Cloverfield. I don't care what anybody says. People gonna hate me. What the fuck is wrong? Cloverfield? You goddamn right, Cloverfield. So, have you heard about a sequel? Because I keep hearing that they are going to make a sequel. I mean, there was one point where they said, yeah, a sequel is definitely going to be made, and then at some point they said, nah, we're gonna hold off on that. I will say this: I hope that they do make a Cloverfield 2. And there've been stuff online where they've already tried to leak Easter eggs, like they showed a sea bottom with little monsters, and then they showed another picture of something like a tanker being turned over or something. And so those are supposed to be enticing people for Cloverfield 2. So I definitely think that they will make a Cloverfield 2. How would I make it? I will not make it like they said that they would make it, where they're talking about there was going to be a guy on the other end of town with a camera. Because it's just going to be the same thing, different story.
Yeah. No, man.
I don't know. I would think that maybe introduce another secret to the myriad of secrets that you have already. Like maybe there's another creature, a smaller creature attacking a different part of the city, and somebody's getting that, and you don't know what that's all about. Maybe try to do a different approach. Maybe try not to have it being filmed like with a video camera. Maybe actually try to tell a narrative this time in traditional movie making style. I don't know. I just don't think you can make lightning strike twice with what they did. It turns into a stale gimmick after that. What do you guys think?
This is what I think. As for a sequel, what I try to do is I guess I want to make it see it as a prequel, but shot as a film, and maybe it's like about some submarines or something like that. They go under the ocean to see what crashed down there. Yeah. And they awaken the creature in a way. So it will be kind of a prequel. So everything from that to the creature actually coming up is probably what I would like to see. Obviously, you can't do the same thing twice.
No.
I mean, just look at the Blair Witch Project. If you guys remember the shitty sequel, they followed it.
Oh, hell yeah. No, definitely.
That was bad.
Shadows, wasn't it? Am I right?
Well, it wasn't shot the same, so maybe that's where I'm wrong because they made it as a movie the second time. It wasn't shot in documentary first person video camera style. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like that's what I would do. I would shoot it like a film and have it kind of a prequel. Because where are you going to go from a monster attacking a city? Attacks another city? Because that's kind of boring. So I like the idea of the creature under the ocean. Because there's you can get that claustrophobia of there's something big out there attacking your little water-based thingamajiggy, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. No, actually, a prequel probably wouldn't be too bad either. I mean, but what would you do up until they wake the monster? I mean, what would happen before there?
I don't know. Maybe they don't...
Wait, what's that?
Go ahead. I'm out.
No, I was going to say, I agree with Nick how it would be cool to have a prequel leading up to the events of what happened in Cloverfield, but then it's just what would the story be,
Yeah, this director, I mean, who knows? And they might speed up a Cloverfield 2 because this director, his name is Matt Reeves. He was actually supposed to do the remake of Near Dark, that vampire movie. And
it's not happening anymore.
And it's not happening anymore, so he might be
doing a little dance.
Yeah, he might exactly. He might be like, "Fuck, I ain't got anything to do right now. Might as well make Cloverfield 2."
No. I thought he was doing Let the Right One In.
Oh no, you're right. That is right. He is doing Let the Right One In.
Because Near Dark's gone now. Because the producer says it's gone. I'm doing a merry little dance about that. Because there's no need to make Near Dark because it's just too good a movie. And he's doing Let the Right One In.
That's right. That's right.
But he's going to do it more like the book, apparently. But they're going to blatantly change some bits, so that's bullshit. So that's, well, don't get me started on that. But Cloverfield 2. I would say with Cloverfield 2, I heard stuff like they were going to do a bit like, when the army, there's a bit when they're on the street and those tanks come past and the guy's shooting the tank whilst firing the rocket. I heard one idea was like they were going to run off and the film was going to
Oh, wait a minute, go on. You went out.
The people running
sorry,
off.
wait a minute.
Gonna,
Stuart, hold on.
Yeah, man.
People, again, I apologize. Like I said, there's overseas difference between us. You went out again.
I'm sorry, man. I'll start again.
Yeah, you just said that the soldiers were going down the street with the tanks, and they were going to do what?
One idea they had, where they were going to try to do, and I don't know if they're going to do it, they are going to do it or not, is the film was going to pick up where you were seeing like the army trying to attack the monster, and then you see the original people from the first Cloverfield running off, and the idea is like the film was going to follow like the army unit trying to attack the monster and see what it is, and you were going to follow like the army instead of like civilians. So it's going to be like from like a view of like 4 people, like the original film, but they were like the army guys. So you find out a little bit more about the monster or what it might be or what it might not be.
Oh, you know what they could? You know what? That would actually kind of make a cool story there, because the army is the one that knew about why people exploded when they were bitten by those things. And if they kill the monster or they get near it, you get to see more of the monster, and you get to see them destroy the city and all. Yeah, that would be a cool approach to it.
I think because the problem is with me is like making a sequel to a film like that's really difficult because it pretty much does what it does for one film. So if you have to do a sequel, you have to kind of literally go the completely opposite way of what the first one was, what might spoil the idea of.
Yeah, you do have to go the opposite.
Because I like the idea of the first one. That nobody kind of came in the film and explained what it was. Yeah. It was just a monster. That was it. That's what because you get these monster movies where halfway through the film you get like, Professor Obvious what comes into shot goes, "Hello, I'm Professor Obvious, and this is what it is, and this is what it ain't." And you're sitting there going, "It's a giant effing monster. I don't want an explanation. It came, it kicked the shit out of a town. It's going to get destroyed. I don't want some guy going, well, I think it came from Mars or it came from here." It's like. That's what I liked about Cloverfield. You just sat there and went, what the hell is this thing?
Well, I think
nobody knows what it is.
That was the strongest point about Cloverfield, that you didn't know what was going on at all. You don't know. You really did not know what the hell was happening.
No idea.
You had one monster attack. You don't know where the hell he came from. Then you had these little monsters attacking, and you know where they came from. It's like, and on top of that, you get bit by them and you explode. And it's like, okay, what the fuck really is going on? And they don't tell you. And I love that. I think though. For a sequel, you got to kind of expand on what you've done, because one of the best sequels I've ever seen is Aliens, and Aliens took what was so unknown about a creature before and expanded on that. Now, we still didn't really understand this alien species. We just understood their life cycle, but there was still a lot of mystery left to them. And so, I mean, just if you ever make a sequel, don't repeat what you've done before. It really has to be inspired and tell more of a story and expand on the mysteries of the first one. But that's just me.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Yeah, no. That's what I thought as well. Because when I was hearing about sequels, I just thought, you're doing it a bit too soon. Because you're making a lot of money. You're just going, let's make a sequel straight away. And you're like, no, think about it. You made a good film. Yeah. Most sequels, you got to take your time. Aliens, how long did that take after the first film? It was a few years.
Yeah, it was about 5 years, I think.
Yeah, it was a long time. Like, people didn't... They talked to Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott didn't really want to do another film, and then they were, like, bounding it around. Then, like, Cameron said he'll do it, and then he took ages because it's Cameron. And, he got a British crew, and he didn't understand about British crews. God, bless old Jim. He didn't really get them. Because they'd be, like, going for tea breaks, and he'd be like, what the fuck are they doing? It's like, it's union. It's all the rules. And he's like,
damn, boy.
Yeah, man. It's like they were having cups of tea, and Cameron was like throwing shit and getting pissed off. Cameramen were making T-shirts up, taking the piss out of Cameron, jokingly.
Man, I tell you what, you this whole time you ask about Cloverfield, and Stewart would just talk his ass off. He has been quiet this whole time.
Nah, man.
Cloverfield comes up. He's like, "Hey, man, let me tell you about Cloverfield, James Cameron, Aliens. I'm gonna tell you about Superman and Batman now." I'm like,
"Hey, I'll tell you one thing about what's going on with that bridge in Central Park. Movie makers love that little tunnel at the moment, Cloverfield, and it's the same tunnel."
Oh man, well here in
the still man.
Okay, it's the same. It's the same thing. Why does shit always happen to New York? It's like whenever aliens come down, whenever monsters attack, whenever superheroes want to do something, it's always in New York. Nowhere else in the world.
The skyscrapers. That's why.
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess that's what it is.
Shit tumble.
A monster comes up and he's talking to his friends like, "Look at all that shit over there. Man. I'm gonna tear that shit up. You can't find that shit anywhere else." I've been to Waco, Texas, where that asshole Corey lives. They ain't got shit there. I'm gonna go to New York and tear that shit up over there. And he's like, all right, man, you take that. I'm gonna take L.A. All right, cool. So, but
hey, I'll take the Capitol Records building. That's
exactly
the building to take down. Congratulations.
And if they do attack London, they just blow up the Big Ben, and that's about it.
Oh man, Big Ben always gets decimated in every series. Let's destroy Big Ben.
I know aliens come down and the one of them attacks and blows up Big Ben, and somebody looking at him like, "Fuck, man, you couldn't say that for last. Ain't shit to do now. Shit, we might as well go back to Mars or something. You fucking up for us." Okay. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to our next email. Let me see. I'll find something here. Down. All right, I'm just going to pick something. I haven't looked at this, but we'll see what this is. All right.
The Dark Knight. God damn it.
No, it's fine. I will actually go look at this person's IP address, find where they are, and go hunt them down myself if they ask another Dark Knight question. I'll be knocking on the door. What's that?
I almost hate it now.
Oh, yeah.
Hate it. I was like...
I want to say one thing, Corey, because this is going to get on Spill. Stop it with the Dark Knight rumors for the third film. Nothing's going to happen. Don't read The Sun. It's all bullshit. Oh, stop it.
Man,
I remember... Yeah. I'm going to tell you a story really quickly, Corey, before the next email, right?
Go ahead.
The Riddler story about Eddie Murphy was from the Sun, the British newspaper. I told you before this, Nick, right?
Yeah.
Right. When Doctor Who came back back on the air about 5 years ago, there's a newspaper, and I'm not kidding, called the Daily Star, printed the story, and I told Nick earlier about this, which said Slipknot, the metal band, was going to redo the Doctor Who theme for the new series. This got on the internet within 2 hours of the paper coming out, and it was like literally going around like Slipknot are doing a new Doctor Who soundtrack, and I was like, no, they're not. It's rubbish. Why are the BBC going to go get some guys from Idaho to do this
Stuart.
Flagship program?
Stuart.
Stop it with the rumors about the Dark Knight.
Stuart.
Yeah, mate.
We Americans don't know what the fuck you talking about right now. No, I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding, man. I know Slipknot. I actually like Doctor Who. A lot of people think I don't like Doctor Who, and I don't know everything about Doctor Who, but I know the key things that like the Doctor Who snobs try to throw at you, like like I'll hear some people talking about Doctor Who, and I'm like, I think it's cool, and they're like, you don't even know what TARDIS stands for, and I'm like, look at me,
fuck you,
fuck any
episode.
First of all, yes, any episode, and then second of all, I don't really give a fuck that much, so, but yeah, all those rumors going around about Dark Knight and stuff, man. I mean, I know this. I know that I don't have proof of it, but I know that the studios are doing this just to keep this movie kind of fresh. I mean, they had the DVD, they had the Blu-ray and the DVD just come out, and so they want to keep the fervor going and all the rumors spreading so that people will just keep talking about it. I mean, and I don't know why they put Eddie Murphy out there as the Riddler, because you can just look at that and be like, okay, that's bullshit. You know, I believe that a Barack Obama is hanging out with Bat Boy and aliens before I believe that they put the Eddie Murphy in as the Riddler. Okay, I don't buy that shit. So try harder next time. But anyway, here's the next email. Chantel, you okay back there?
I am.
I just want to hear that voice. That's all. You know, I was like, damn. Okay, let me put my pants back on real quick. Okay, this one's from Mark, and it says, with the recent movies to come out, like The Day the Earth Stood Still being a remake and Punisher Warzone being both a reboot and requel, I think he meant to say prequel, but he put requel on there. I was wondering, has there ever been any good film that has fallen to these categories? And also, besides The Incredible Hulk, it's a badass movie. When do you think they will stop making reboot, sequels, remake crap and just make a really fresh, good movie? I mean, come on, look, we act like they're not making anything now but prequels and reboots and sequels. I mean, they are making fresh, good movies. I mean, we saw a slew of them for Oscar season right now. The Wrestler, Frost Nixon. I saw a movie a few months ago that you're not going to even hear about, The Visitor. I mean, there's smaller movies that are being made all the time.
I heard about The Visitor. It never came out over here. He looked really good.
It's a brilliant movie, man. It's one of my favorites. I mean, we just got through talking about Cloverfield, which came out this year. That's not a sequel to anything. I mean, and I thought that was a really great movie. I mean, there's stuff that's being made, both small budget and big budget, that's not just a property or a sequel. I mean, the majority of them probably are, but if you look hard enough, they're there.
You have to look hard, though. That's the point.
Yeah. You let the right one in. It's like one of my favorite films of like this year. Yeah, because I got to see it on a screener because it's not out here yet, and I got to see it on a screener. And as soon as that film finished, I was just like, I don't know why they're going to remake it. There's no point.
Well, I'm just thinking about we had something like even kids movies. We had Kung Fu Panda. That's not a remake. I mean, it's good,
man.
Yeah, so let's not say. I don't want to get in this whole kick of, oh, why aren't they making good movies because they're just making a sequel? No, that's not true. Let's not exaggerate or generalize. But about prequels and reboots, look, first of all, this whole reboot thing, Dark Knight is probably the best thing that they've done. The Hulk, that was a cool movie, and I can see why they did it because Marvel looked at the Hulk and said, okay, we fucked up. I mean, so I can understand why you would want to do that. But now it seems like Marvel's just going reboot crazy and not really giving a shit. The Punisher is not a good movie, and to remake it as dumb as you made the first one, I mean, yeah, you gave people more blood, but if you're going to reboot something, I'm thinking that you want to reboot it as a franchise, and you do want to make sequels. And with The Punisher, you just made that so ridiculous that not only did it get critically panned, but fans didn't really care for it a whole lot, the majority of them. And the movie opened up in 8th place and was a box office failure. So if you reboot something, be strategic and be really inspired to do it. That's my opinion.
I've got one thing to say about The Punisher because I just watched that today. I'm sorry, people. It's not coming out in the cinemas in England, so fuck all you all who's saying, "Oh, you shouldn't watch pirate DVDs." Okay, but anyway,
you tell them, Nick.
But anyhow, like I am not a science fiction geek. I'm not a fantasy geek. I'm not a Star Wars geek. I'm not any of those typical ones like comic books. But I will say I'm an action geek. I love my Commando and Terminators or whatever, and this has been the closest thing to that style of action films I like. But I think, as funny as it was, like that bit where that guy gets blown up when he jumps in the air.
Oh, yeah, that's a great scene.
Yeah, it's just, I felt that the main character, he wasn't having a fun time killing these people. I mean, if you're going to make a movie as dumb as that, you need to have some cool lines or something, you know? Mm-hmm. Like the way Arnie does, you know?
Oh, like so you wanted it to be even more campy.
No, come on, man. Have you seen Commando? Am I right? That's one of my favorite films of all time.
One of my favorite lines is from Commando, where like the villain, he's like, "You're done, you're through," and Arnold Schwarzenegger's on the ground, he's all hurt. I mean, he's like stabbed. There's no way he can live through all these injuries. And the guy's over him, like, "Yeah, you're done now. You can't do anything." And then Arnold Schwarzenegger just gets up and he's like, "Bullshit!" And he goes and like twists the guy's head off or something. I mean, I love that part, man.
I gotta say, you're getting old, John. You're growing old. I can see it.
Yeah. And that was campy as shit, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But it was awesome. So if you're going to make a movie campy, you've got to do it. You know, you got to learn from the masters. So I could see where the girl was going. I mean, this girl's obviously an 80s action junket girl, but
you're talking about the director?
Director, yeah.
Yeah, she made Green Street.
Yeah,
Green Street Hooligans in America. Carl keeps fucking up on that. He keeps saying,
her name is Lexi Alexander, I believe. That's the name of the director.
Alexander.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. But okay, but the thing is, what she did wrong is that she was trying to make a goofy film in today's society where action movies are kind of like Bourne Identity. I mean, do you see the trend? Everything's trying to be realistic now, especially with the Bond movies.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if, like, with the whole reboot thing, you do need to, of course, be strategic. But if you're going to make a film, let's say, like The Punisher Warzone, and make it campy, go all the way. You know, I felt that there could be more deaths in that film, to be honest, because there's only 2 action scenes. It was just like the first and the last. I mean, they could have gone on much longer, been more and more ridiculous. You know, I want more rocket explosions in midair, kind of thing. You know?
Oh, we know what you want. You wanted just more blood. You like as much blood that there was in there. You just wanted like more.
Well, the thing is, I'm not such a gore hound, but I do want my body count high. Like I was just watching today also Hard Boiled, and that's one of my favorite films of all time. It's like 300 people die in that film. More people die in that film than in Saving Private Ryan. So it's
all for
it's
one man.
to,
one man killed as many people as they killed in World War II.
Yeah, it's actually worse to live in the streets of Hong Kong than it is on the battlefields of Normandy during World War II.
So, Chantel, what do you got to say about any of this? Chantel? Did she fall asleep?
Hello? Yeah, sorry, you cut out then.
Oh,
no,
I'm sorry.
No, you cut out.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. What's your opinion on some of this? I thought Chantel just hung up like, fuck it. These guys are just talking about all this geeky shit. Punisher,
you're going to
Hulk.
have to repeat that because you cut out.
Okay, no, I was just saying, you've heard the question. You heard us talking. I mean, what's your opinion on all this? Damn, what the hell is it? No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
It keeps cutting out every time you speak. What?
Now, Stuart and
mate.
Nick, now you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, I could hear you fine.
Okay, yeah. And I thought, see, you hurt my feelings, baby. I think you just ignoring me now. You just like, whatever. She's over there doing her nails and shit. Yeah, but think about what? Think about you? Fuck off. What I was saying was, now let's see. I hope you hear me now.
Okay.
You heard us talking about what we were just talking about. What is your opinion on what we were just saying?
They're not really my kind of films. And about the reboots and stuff, I mean, what was the guy saying?
We can't even remember.
I know, we went on so long.
No, in the email, like, I don't think they're ever going to stop with the reboots and stuff. So you're just going to have to accept them.
That's kind of true. And you probably made the most sense out of this whole argument that I've heard that the people made for a long time. It's just kind of like people have been complaining for this for ages. And hey, look. In this day and age right now, in this kind of business atmosphere, they're not going to stop doing what they're doing.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If you don't like what they're doing, there's always going to be good movies made, and that's even relative. That's all objective. I mean, that's your opinion on what is a good movie. There are always going to be movies that appeal to you. You might have to pick them out, choose them. They might not be making as many of them as you want, but if you don't like what they're making, granted, let's not go crazy and just continuously make bad movies. You know, Hollywood and whoever else is making movies should be held to task. But in the meantime, while there's a balance of stuff out there, you're just going to have to do the work yourself and pick and choose and ignore the stuff you don't like. I mean, it's that simple. So, all right. You guys want you up for one more question?
No, I ain't answered, man. Nick was going.
Notice I tried
You son of a bitch.
Didn't you?
I know.
You were talking for ages about fucking aliens and shit. No.
Fuck you.
You know, I love that. That's like Watson telling Sherlock Holmes, fuck you. I solved this case. And I'm going to say, Stuart, so what you think? Cloverfield. No, what I believe is.
No. Reboots are never going to stop. I mean, the thing is, some people complain about them, but without reboots, we wouldn't got Casino Royale and, Batman Begins and The Dark Knight and I quite enjoyed The Incredible Hulk. I think there's probably another hour's worth of that film somewhere, because it feels like it. But, people like Marvel are going to reboot their stuff because they rebought the licenses.
Mm-hmm. No, you are
in the
exactly
past,
right,
licenses
man.
to anybody. You know what I mean? They had they sold The Punisher to Lionsgate. That looks like he's probably going to come back into their hands. And then they started making their own movies. So why not reboot stuff like Captain America, where the first movie they made was, to be fair, a massive pile of dog shit. It was a TV movie.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree with you,
People
Stuart.
are going to do it.
No, it's good, Stuart. That was a very good thing that you said at the beginning. Is that, hey, look, let's just take the good with the bad. Yeah, not everything is going to be perfect, but with reboots, we did get some good things. And yeah, the Dark Knight being the pinnacle of all that right now. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there are good things to come out of it. So
it's just what annoys me is when people say that is like, but they're the kind of people buy video games when the sequel number's up to like 10, like Call of Duty. I like Call of Duty 4, but Jesus Christ, there's so many video games like that which just keeps on releasing sequels, and you never hear anybody go, the computer game industry is devoid of any creativity. It's like, why is it always movies? Personally, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense. You have a go at the movies for doing reboots and sequels and prequels and God knows what else, spin-offs. But you never have a game of the video game industry because they make like Call of Duty 6.
Yeah.
So they got to do what they do to make money. If they didn't make money, we wouldn't be in the cinema. So
there's always movies that are being made for money too. I mean, look, they're always going to be made. I just don't think that they should do that with things that people want to see be made well. Nick, I know you like The Punisher, but I like The Punisher from the comics, and I've read a few of them, and I'm thinking, well, look, if you're going to do this and reboot it, stay true to what it is in the comics and try to make it a little more serious. Don't make it as goofy as you did, because there's fans out there who want to see something different, who know that character. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Shit.
no.
I mean, they could have gone that way. It's just that when I saw The Punisher, I was just like, okay, I'll accept it for what it is. But if they made it like like a serious film, if they made it like as good as The Crow, I mean, to me, The Crow is the perfect comic book movie. Fuck The Dark Knight in comparison to The Crow, because everything. I mean, that's the movie that made me want to be a director in the first place. So, I mean, yeah, if they made it more, The Punisher more like Man on Fire, then that would be good as well.
Yeah,
Can't even remember what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. And we already asked Chantel, and she's like, "Fuck that. That's not my kind of stuff."
She's a girl, man. You know?
Those are my kind of movies.
What?
All right. Here's a question I just pulled up right here. Let's see. Okay. Now, this is a question about. It kind of relates to what we were talking about earlier, but I'm not reading this because of me or anything. It's just, like I said, I picked these up randomly. Everybody's going to be like, "You're full of shit, Corey," but whatever. This comes from Christian DB or whatever. Okay. And she says, "I always wondered, you guys seem to have a good grasp on what makes a bad movie." And again, that's subjective. So those are just our opinions. But she goes on to say, "Now, as Spildos know, Corey, you made a movie in your past. My question is, how did being a movie critic affect your filmmaking process? I'm my own worst critic, so I can't imagine actually being a critic and making a movie." Listen, I'll say this. I think that if you are going to criticize other people's stuff, you should at least attempt to try that. I think that's the best experience, and let other people criticize it too. We had done our show for years where we criticized movies, and then when I decided to make one, people came up to me and they said, "Well, that's going to be kind of hypocritical for you to do that, because people are going to criticize your movie and you're not going to like it." I'm like, "How do you know I'm not going to like it? I mean, how you know I'm not going to make it and I'm not going to cherish the criticism that it gets?" I think that people, if they've learned so much from, first of all, let me don't say that. I'm not going to say that, because people can watch something as an audience member and they don't have to do it. Just because you read books or you read comics or you do whatever, you drive a car, doesn't mean you have to work on cars. It doesn't mean you have to write a book. It doesn't mean you have to make a movie. But I felt like myself, it was a good thing to actually go out and try to make a film. And yes, I knew it was going to get criticized, but that was fine because I did it as a learning lesson. I did it as a film school, and that was and it kind of, and actually watching movies, because I criticize movies to just go watch free movies. I don't really hold that against people, but watching movies and being able to kind of pick them apart and critique them did help me in making a film, at least what I thought would be an all right movie. So. I'm one of those people who I want to have people criticize things that I do. I don't want people to come in and tell me that I'm great. I don't want people to tell me that I'm wonderful. I don't want people to kiss my ass, anything like that. If I do something that you don't like, tell me. If the majority of people agree with you, I'll go back and change. If you're one person who doesn't like it, but a lot of people think I'm doing a great job, then I'll go with that. But yeah, so I mean, and also let me just say this is something that you guys can jump on here. People say what you guys seem to have a grasp on what makes a bad movie. Listen, that's our opinions. None of us always agree, and so what's a bad movie to me might not be a bad movie to these three other people that I'm talking to right now. I mean, you guys agree, right?
Yeah, no, exactly. Everybody's got their own opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, my mate likes the Clone Wars. I think it may be the most angriest man in the world after I left the cinema. And I haven't been like that in years. I was like, fuck George Lucas, he can suck my dick. I've had enough. That's it. My love affair is gone. Thanks, George. Thanks for desecrating on my dreams. Thank you.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying,
what I mean?
Stuart? It's like, as much as you want to choke that son of a bitch that likes Clone Wars, you yourself, I mean, what can you do? You can't change his mind.
No, exactly. No, exactly.
I mean, you can tell him, you can talk to him, and maybe he'll be influenced by your opinion, but if he's not, well, I mean, what are you going to do? You going to tell him he's wrong?
No, exactly. He walked out and he was like, it's fine. And I just sat there going, like, just going, what the hell was that shit? Why, what the, like, literally just cursing, like, all the time. My mate was like, it was alright. And it's like, it's his opinion. I can't change his opinion. Like, I went to see The Day the Earth Stood Still with him. He loves the original. We both walked out, and both our opinions was meh.
Yeah,
it wasn't like he wasn't like it's the worst movie ever made, or it was all right. It was just literally that was pointless.
Yeah, exactly.
And we both agreed, but we've met other people who don't agree with us. They're wrong, but
I mean, it makes me feel. I'm not going to say it makes me feel uncomfortable. It just makes me feel kind of weird because I appreciate any kind of compliments we get, but it just makes me feel like I should give an explanation when people say, "Wow, you saved me some money by telling me what movies not to go see." And I'm thinking to myself, "Hey, look, this site. I tell people this all the time. If I really had my choice to come out and say everything I wanted to say, I would say, don't listen to me. I would say, I saved you money. Well, yeah, I saved you money from not going to see a movie, but what if I like kept you from going to see a movie that you actually liked? Just because we're entertainers. At least I consider myself an entertainer. I am not somebody who I'm trying to tell people what to see and what not to see. I'm here to make people kind of laugh and to give some insight on just things that interest us. I'm not here to tell people what to see and what not to see. So even at my angriest, I'm just speaking out of anger. Like Meet the Spartans. Look, you heard me say, don't go see this movie. Don't go see this movie. Well, what if you did and you liked it? What am I going to say? You know, I mean,
you're a dickhead.
I might be calling you all kind of dumbasses and you stupid motherfucker and all that kind of shit. But really, what am I going to do when I go to bed at night? Am I still gonna be thinking about that? I mean, you know, I got to worry about what I'm gonna do for my work tomorrow. I'm not gonna worry about you going to like see Meet the Spartans and you like it. I might beat the shit out of you next time I see you, but you know that's until that time happens, you know. But Chantel, what have you got to say?
Yeah. I mean,
Chantel she's just like, I just want to get the fuck out of here. That's all.
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, I agree with you. Absolutely. Like, especially with the whole being critical about your own work and stuff like that. And
well, here's a question for you, Chantel. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but here's a good question. I mean, you're an artist. I'm gonna ask Nick the same thing, and I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be completely honest with me. When you put your work up, do you? Yeah. I mean, I'm sure at this point right now, you do something great. Are you? At least you're thinking it's great. You put it up, and you're thinking, all right, people are gonna love this. And then you get one person after another who says, well, I don't know. I mean, are you angry because they're not telling you what you want to hear? Or do you want to be open to the criticism that people give you? Or are you going through an adjustment period for that right now?
No, I mean, I want to hear what people have to say. Otherwise, it's like, how am I going to grow? How am I going to know what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, you know?
Okay, well, you suck.
And Thanks.
No problem. No, you're not doing great.
I know. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, if I can't accept people not liking my work, you know, there's no point of me doing what I do. Yeah. You know?
No, I understand completely. What about you, Nick? Yeah. Nick, you showed me some movies that night. I actually gave you some. I didn't give you criticism as some advice or anything like, you know, I made a movie, Nick, and here's what you should do. And I was like, hey, I'm watching this as I said, the only thing that I liked it, the only thing I thought about this was that you could shorten this part right here. How did you take that seriously at the time? Tell me how you felt. When I did that, when I got to go take a piss, did you say, this motherfucker right here?
No, actually, I was really flattered that because you're a professional movie critic, and it wasn't the fact of me saying, oh, by the way, Corey, I've got this movie to show you. You were really persistent in watching it. Am I using the right word?
Persistent, yeah.
Persistent, yeah, okay. You were really persistent, and not only... So when you first asked to see the first movie I ever made, which I'm quite embarrassed about. I mean, I just thought it'd be funny to show you because my mate Tyler's in it, and he's playing like a Cockney gangster. And
no, I liked it though, man. I liked it. I think you're on your way to doing some great things. I think you really do. It's it's one of those situations where you really have to keep it up and keep going to learn. And unfortunately, and I'm using unfortunately very loosely here. I'm just saying that filmmaking is such a complicated process. It's not like you can sit down and draw every day and improve. Filmmaking involves so many resources and people. And it's not always easy to do, but I think that you got some great potential, man.
Oh, thanks, man. I mean, the thing about filmmaking is that you can only learn how to make a film by actually making a film. So the more films I make, the more I learn, and the better my films will be, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so what was cool is that, like, I showed you that one. I was just ready to say, okay, fuck it, let's have another pint. And you were like, no, man, what else you got? And I was like, I've got this. This is the last film I did. He's like, come on, show it to me. And I was trying to stop you. Remember, I was trying to change the subject all the time.
And you're like, well, when you say don't, no, I'm thinking, oh, he's got something that he's really fucked up on. I want to see this. He doesn't like this. I'm gonna laugh. Show me. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm my own worst critic. I mean, when I show someone a film that I've made, I have to leave the room because, you know, when you're eating it, you've seen it, and by that point, you spot everything you fucked up on, whether how small it is. But most people won't spot it because they're watching it for the first time. So when you were reviewing it as a proper critic, and you said it wasn't that shit, that was like really flattered. I was like, okay, well, maybe I do have a shot at being a film director. You know, maybe my scripts are actually all right.
Okay, and hey, look, I love seeing people be creative. Like I said, I wasn't looking at it as I want to give you advice. I just really love people going through the creative process because if it's such a high for me to do something that when it's done to just look at it and say, wow, I finished it and I'm kind of proud of that. I like to see that other people be inspired that way. Now, when you get $15 million, you better not fuck that up because I will tell you shit.
No way, man. Absolutely not. I mean, like, what I'm thinking about is, I mean, what I was going to say is that when you come, if this cinema thing does happen and people do make, bring their films to show, like their short films, then, it would be kind of cool if you could give some advice, because I would like some advice as well, because you've obviously made a film.
Well, no, I mean, here's the deal, man. I'm in no position. I won't be talking to you as a movie critic. I'll be asking you as a friend and as a director. You know, like, how did you get the money for this? Oh yeah,
what are you thinking of that shot?
Well, let me just say this: I'm in the same boat as everybody else. I mean, what I made is a small budget movie, and it was something that we made because we could. It's not a professional film. We did the best. I'm proud of it. I think we did the best we could. I think we have something that is very, very presentable. I think it's something that's good for what we had the resources for. But as far as being an amateur filmmaker, I mean, I'm in the same boat as everybody else. Now, if everybody wants to sit around and encourage each other, that's fine, but I don't want to sit around and be point man as far as handing out advice to people, because I'm no different from you. I'm no different from anybody else showing their movies there. We're all showing it because we want a venue to show our shit, and that's all we can ask for. I mean, sometimes you have to be satisfied with that. You can't go in thinking, all right, I want to make some money. I want to find some chicks and be famous and bang them and all. You should go in saying, I made something. I just want to have it seen. And thankfully today we have more ways of getting your stuff out there. But but to see, it doesn't beat having a live audience there looking at your stuff, whether you're going through the rush of being excited or whether you're going through the embarrassment of having people there. You should go through both experiences, and people should have that opportunity to just sit in front of people and watch them look at their movies on a big screen. So I hope that we can provide that to some people. Damn, that was corny. But should have been some music playing in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
Corner Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. And we will go out and show people's films. So, anyway, do you know how long we've been recording?
About an hour. About an hour and 20, I reckon.
Yeah. An hour and 32 minutes.
Damn, an hour and 32. Jesus Christ. You fucking Brits.
I'm having a ball, man. I'm having a great time. So, fuck it.
Well, I was going to tell you, I'm about to cut on the co-host over here because we got to do our recording. But I just
shame, man. I was wanting to speak to that, little bugger.
Yeah, he was charging up, man. I couldn't get him charged up in time. But the light is green over here now, which means he's ready to go. So I am going to have to say cheers to you all.
All right, man.
Cheers, mate.
This has been.
Cheers back at you.
Oh no, this is. Hey, really? All joking aside, I could keep going, but I'm having such a wonderful time. But I want to thank you all for what you did for me in London. I was almost in tears at one point to see how many people were there, and it was a great feeling. And I hope that we can do this for people, get this Spill Film Festival or whatever we want to call it together. And, hey, if nothing else, I hope that I can come back soon to see you guys because I really feel like you're my friends now, and I feel like I have some people to see when I go there.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Absolutely. Oh, and Corey, one more thing. Now you have some stories to tell.
Yes, we do.
We were talking before? Yeah, like you only had that one story, Australian, and now you've got new ones.
I got stories that should not be told. I have the greatest story that should not be told. And Nick, if you tell me about them, I'm gonna wring your fucking neck off. I feel like I'm taking a risk by you still being alive. I feel like I should send somebody to kill you. But no, I have more stories now. I have more London stories. I don't have to keep telling that same boring story over and over again. About, I remember the time I was drinking with a Brit and an Australian, and I got fucked up in the middle of the street. Sorry. Nick doesn't have to get mad at me anymore. So, hey, guys. Hey, look, even though I'm not in London for hopefully the next few months, and even though we're about to end this podcast, I hope that I know you guys, you fucking little Brits, you stay on here. You got your own little group of friends. You talk and whatnot. You know, I'm gonna start butting in on that.
Yeah, come in anytime.
Come in anytime, man.
Well, I have a feeling I'm not going to stop talking to you guys anyway anytime soon. And yeah,
I'm not going to let you.
Hey, not me, mate. If I'm still working nights, Jesus.
I know. I'm not. This is not going to be the end. I'll have Skype on. I'm going to be like, oh shit, here we go.
I'm digitizing the 5th tape with Goldberg in it. It's driving me insane.
Are you doing something with Goldberg, that wrestler from America?
Mate, he's like the host of this show, man. It's hilarious.
What show
he's
is he hosting?
Yeah, it's this bull run thing I'm doing. I'm digitizing in all the tapes. It's like 10 episodes.
Damn. No.
He's like the guy. It's mental.
Oh, man.
It's really.
So is everybody looking at Goldberg and thinking, yep, that's America right there?
He hasn't aged, man. He's like a tall. He just looks a bit bigger than he used to be. That's all it is now.
Well,
so
you know that when I return to America, I'm actually a big bald white man. I just look different when I cross the pond. So anyway, all right, guys. I'll be talking to you on the internet, and we're gonna have to talk anyway because if we want to do this film thing, this shorts thing, we're gonna have to keep in touch anyway.
Definitely, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I know Chantel, you and I are gonna keep talking because we're gonna keep talking about freelance. And,
oh hell yeah!
And you still owe me that little peck on the cheek, so I'm not gonna stop until I get that. So anyway, you guys, you take it easy, and I want to just thanks again. That was a lot of fun, and that's it, y'all. And good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Thanks for doing this. Bye.
Bye.